Shanti. Let us open our session for today. So sit comfortably, keep your back, neck straight. And very gently close your eyes. If you're wearing specs, remove the specs. Close your eyes and just start observing the breath. Observe the and gently come back to your breathing. Begin to deepen the breath. Through this deep breath, relax your mind. We will open today's session by chanting Om 3 times, followed by 3 Shantis. Take a deep inhalation for Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibrations. Now join both your palms together and begin to rub your palms. Place your palms on your eyes. Very slowly while blinking and looking at the palms. Om Shanti. Let us begin our session for today. So in previous class, we have talked about the meaning of meditation. We had tried to understand what meditation actually is. Okay. And today we are going to, discuss some general guidelines which are going to help you in your meditation practices. Okay. And we are also going to talk about some postures and some hand gestures that you can incorporate, which will help you with your meditative practices. Okay, all right. So let's begin with the general guidelines. So there are some guidelines that if you follow, they are going to prove to be helpful for you. All right. So whenever you are beginning with meditation, or even if you have been practicing meditation for a while, you know that it's very hard to stick to this practice, right? So if I do asana practice, it's movement of the body, and it's changing my heart rate, changing my breathing, and the way in which I'm moving. It's again very capturing for the mind. Okay, so but meditation, I just have to sit and I just have to be with my object. All right. So it's very hard to develop the motivation to meditate. All right. So when we begin with meditative practices, or when we have already entered, we find that a few days they are very strugglesome for us. Okay, they are very strugglesome for us, and most likely we'll still practice asana, but meditation will be harder to stick to. All right. So your goal, whenever you are following any kind of guidelines or anything, your goal should be to increase your chances of maintaining this continuity. Okay, so rather than going in depth about going into specifications of things, your first target and the primary target should be to maintain continuity in your practice. Okay, so the first guideline is like to just increase your level of motivation, right? So the place of practice. Okay, this is very important topic. Whenever you want to sit and do meditation, right, choose a particular spot wherever you are. Okay, and try that this spot is quiet. Okay, so generally there is one portion of the house where there would be a lot of movement, and then there would be one space of the house where there is not a lot of movement. So try to fix that space as a place for your practice. Okay, uh, set your space. Okay, so maybe buy the mat that you really like, or buy you can adjust the lighting of the place, you can decorate that space if you like that, like by the use of plants, right? So whatever catches your attention and like motivates you to move towards that place in your house. Okay, because the hardest step is to actually show up at that place. Once you show up on your mat, 1 or 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar or something you do, right? You then end up doing more only. If you convince yourself to do 1 or 2 rounds, you will end up doing more than that only. Why? Because the hardest step was to come on the mat. Okay, all right. So in order to motivate yourself, set up your space as you like it. Okay, if it is uh, motivating, like if it's set in that way, it will motivate you to show up on your mat more often. All right. Always keep a mat or a dari. Dari is like a carpet which is made out of natural material, right? Like cotton or something like that. Okay. So you can either buy a mat or a dari, right? And you can just place it in that area where you do meditation. Okay. There should always be a barrier between the ground and your lower body. Okay. Try to sit on the ground when you do meditation. Okay, very, very helpful. Try to sit on the ground, place your mat on the ground, and then sit on it. Okay, sit at the same place every day. All right, sit at the same time every day. Okay, so whatever suits your routine. I'm not asking you to take out 2-3 hours in the day for meditation. Whatever is the most practical time period for your uh, for you to practice meditation, and the length of time also. So if for me, maybe it's practical only 10 minutes, right? So I have to come to those 10 minutes, maintain the continuity in those 10 minutes each and every day. Okay. So these are few things which will help you. Okay. Fixing the time, fixing the place. Again and again, if you repeat your meditation over there, it will start, capturing that your work, whatever work you are doing, right, in that place. Okay. Now, another very important thing when you're doing meditation is to wear loose clothing. All right. So these days there is a lot of tight clothing that is uh, present in the markets. Okay. Especially if you go for your wardrobe shopping. All right. So these synthetic materials, these tight fit clothes, they are obstructing your body. Okay. So you have to try to be free from these things. So try to buy some clothes which are loose, right, and which are made out of natural material. Okay. If you wear something in your hands, on your fingers, like rings or something like that, or if you are wearing some bracelets, something in your hand, or like I'm wearing specs, right? So when I sit for meditation, just remove all of these things. All right. So again, wearing a lot of like things on your hands, or keeping the glasses on, these are again going to cause some or the other disturbance. So you can go ahead and remove all of these things when you actually go and sit for your meditation session. All right. Ideally, the mind should be relaxed for you to enter meditative practices, but in case that is not happening for you, you can first do some pranayam practices and then go for meditation practice. So sorry. Then go for meditation practice, because pranayam helps you to calm down the mind. Okay. So ideally, when I am entering into meditation practices, my mind should already be calm and relaxed. Your body should be comfortable. Okay. So don't adopt any like posture where it's causing you discomfort. I will give you some postures right now which you can definitely incorporate into your practice. Okay. So let's come to the postures only now. So postures, when we talk of meditation, we always talk of sitting. All right. So ideally, when you're doing any meditation practice, you should be in a sitting position where your back and neck should be straight. Okay. So very basic posture is called Sukhasana, cross-legged position. All right. So I will just show you some of the postures. This is cross-legged position, right? Where I am crossing the legs. So my legs are currently crossed like this, right? This is the easiest way of sitting. Okay. So if somebody is unable to sit like this, then you can definitely make them sit on a chair where their back remains straight, they have back support. But I would recommend that you sit on the ground and sit in a like cross-legged position. In any of the other postures that I'm telling you, you just have to see which one is the best one for you. Okay, you don't have to be able to do all of them. You have to find one which is the best one for you. So you can, this is the easiest position. All right, for somebody who is even having like difficulty in sitting, they are at least able to sit in this position. Okay. So now when I sit, there are other things also I have to take care of. First thing, my spine should be straight. Now, straightening the spine doesn't mean that, the natural curves. So the spine has some natural curves. So those curves will remain. Okay. But apart from that, I will not sit like this. Okay. With a hunch in my back. Okay. My back should be straight. My neck should also be straight. Okay. And my chin should be parallel to the ground. So this doesn't have to be like this or go to up also. You can place it parallel to the ground maybe a little bit up is still okay, but try to keep it parallel to the ground. All right. Okay. Try to roll the shoulders back when you sit like this. Okay. So now when you roll the shoulders back, your you will experience the lower back arching a little bit more. So most of us, when we sit straight, we arch the lower back too much. Okay, which shifts the point where the weight of the body is met. So when I arch my lower back, when I sit straight and I arch my lower back too much, my weight shifts to the lower back. Okay, that is why most people, when they sit straight, they develop lower back pain. Okay, so what is the correct way of sitting? I will exhale, squeeze my abdomen and let that excessive arch in the lower back relax. Once this excessive arch relaxes, what happens? I feel as if I am falling back. Okay, so it seems as if I fall back, but you will not fall back. Your weight will in fact go to the correct position, right, which is on your buttocks. All right. Okay. So I'll just repeat once again. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, how are you?
Hear
Sorry, I'm
me?
late.
No
Yes, I hear
worries,
you
no worries.
clearly. Thank you.
Okay, so I was telling you about the different positions that you can adopt when you are doing meditation. All right. So first position is the one that I'm sitting in, cross-legged position, and I was explaining what is the correct way of sitting. Okay. So ideally, when you sit for meditation, your back and neck should be straight. Okay. Your chin should be parallel to the ground. All right. And then next thing which is important is that the shoulders should be rolled back. So shoulders should not droop forward like this. They should be rolled back. Okay. When I roll back my shoulders, I somewhere increase the arch in my lower back. Right. So this excessive arch of the lower back, what it does, when I sit for meditation, when I sit with excessive arch in lower back, after some time, pain starts to come up in my lower back. Okay, why? Because the center of the weight, it is the point is the lower back. Okay, it is developing over here. This is managing the weight of the body, right? So if I exhale, push my abdomen in, I will see that my lower back relaxes, okay, and my body shifts slightly back. When my body shifts slightly back, I will feel as if I'm falling back. But you are actually not falling back. Your weight is now going to the correct portion of the body, which is your buttocks. Okay, so when you finish this excessive arch in the lower back, the weight shifts to the buttocks, and buttocks have the support of the ground. Okay, so when the buttocks are taking the weight, then I am able to sit for a longer period of time in meditation. Okay, without the development of pain in my back. Okay, now when I do this thing, exhale and the weight shifts to the buttocks, I can either have weight on one side more or the other side more. Okay, so next point that I have to take care of is that the weight is equally balanced on both my buttocks. All right, so left side and right side, the weight is equally balanced. If I have excessive weight towards one side, I will lean towards that side. And if I don't adjust my lower back, my body will be forward, right? Or if I slouch, my body will go backward. So I need to try to keep the spine at this angle, this kind of 90-degree angle when I am sitting. You can see kind of, not exactly 90-degree, but kind of this position should be there. So this is the person sitting and this is the ground. Okay. So when you make these adjustments, your posture becomes much more stable as well. Okay. Now, a few more positions that I will tell you about. So next position that you can sit in is half lotus pose. So half lotus pose is again a very stable position. So what you do is you take one of your one foot and you place it on the root of the other foot. So where this junction point is there, right? Upper thigh, this junction point, I place one foot over here, and my second foot, it is going to go below my knee, and it is going to support my knee. Okay, this is half lotus position. If you are able to sit in half lotus, it is again a very good position for meditation. Okay. If you are an advanced practitioner, you can go ahead and adopt the full lotus position. So in full lotus, like I have placed one leg on the root of the other thigh, I will place the other foot on the root of the opposite thigh. So like this, I will lift this up and place it over here. So this is full lotus position. All right. Now this is full lotus. This is very straining for the knees. So if you have any knee related issues, don't go ahead and practice this one. Okay. You can sit in any posture that is comfortable for you. Okay. All right. One last posture that you can choose to adopt is called Vajrasana. All right. So in Vajrasana, what we do, I will just show you. We sit, we keep the knees together and we sit back. And when we sit back, we are not sitting on the, uh, heels. We are allowing the heels to open up, right? And I'm sitting in between my heels. Okay, so I'll show you the back position also. Once you sit like this, keep the knees together and place your palms facing downwards on your knees like this. You can roll the shoulders back a little and close your eyes. Okay, this is Vajrasana. You can also sit in this position to do meditation. Okay. I will show you the back view also of Vajrasana. So I am not sitting on my heels like this. I am opening up the heels and my buttocks are in between the heels. All right. This is the position of Vajrasana. Okay. So these are some positions that you can adopt. These are very helpful positions when we are doing meditation. Okay. So how can we also keep the hands? Okay. Hands are also, we are just going to adopt certain gestures which will help us in our concentration, right? Okay. So first hand position that you can adopt is the is called chin mudra. Okay, so you bring the tip of the index finger and the thumb together like this, and you leave the remaining three fingers like easy. Okay, and you when you sit in cross leg position, I place this mudra like this and sit comfortably. All right, so palms are facing upwards. I can also choose to reverse this position and palms facing downwards. This is also very conducive for meditative practices, right? So sitting is very important, and even hand position, both sitting and hand position can help you to better your concentration, which will automatically lead you to the meditative state. Okay, all right. So you can also join the tips of index finger thumb together and palms are facing downwards. You can place them on your knees. Okay. Now another position that you can adopt. Some people do not like keeping the hands on the knees. Okay. So they can go for the next position, which is I place my right hand on top of my left hand like this. Okay. Right hand on top of left hand, and I can sit like this. So here my hands are in between. Okay, so I don't have to make the effort of keeping them like this. I can go ahead and do this and just simply close the eyes and just sit for meditation. Okay. If you are more comfortable, you can also place the left hand on top of the right. Both of these are basically helpful only when you are sitting for meditative practices. You can choose to keep any hand on top. All right. And one last hand position that I will elaborate on. It is called the Dhyan Mudra. All right. So this is a very conducive practice for meditation. I keep the left hand on top of the right hand like this. Okay. And then I join the tips of the thumbs together. Okay, so I can also sit like this. Again, this will take my hands in the middle, right? So I can go ahead and do this. So whichever one suits you, you can go ahead and practice that mudra, practice that sitting position. Your only goal is that you can sit comfortably in that, and it gives you stability so that you can prolong your time of concentration, because the better your concentration gets, the more naturally you or the chances of a meditative state of mind, those increase. All right. Okay. So any questions, any doubts, any difficulties?
Hi, I'd like to ask about the lotus position because I tried a couple of times, but my ankles get hurt, especially the right one. So, do you have any advice on how to practice that one?
Mm. So there is no need to push yourself where you are finding discomfort. Okay. Initially start with a posture that you find, like if you are finding cross leg position better, you can go ahead and do that. Once you prolong your sitting hours, so like any other asana, sitting is also perfected with practice. All right. So once you start sitting like this, slowly, your leg muscles will also get used to the sitting position. So then if you try lotus, slowly, you might be able to open that up, or else you can go for half lotus. So you can sit in half the position. So half lotus is like I just place one leg like this and second one is supported. So keep sitting in half lotus and keep switching the leg. So right now my right leg is up, left leg is down, and then I can switch this position, and next session I can sit in the other one. So slowly again, this will get you closer to lotus position, because now you are literally sitting in half the position. So now the way in which your body is adjusting, it is adjusting closer to the final position. Okay. So apart from that, all the other asana practices, opening practices, those you can ask in asana class. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Great. So let's come to our topic for today. Yesterday we practiced some awareness of our natural breath. So today I will officially introduce this meditation. So this meditation is called Anapan. I'll just Anapan. This is made out of two terms, Ana, Pan. Okay. This means inhale, exhale. Okay. Anapan, inhale, exhale. Ana means to inhale, Pana means to exhale. Anapan, this word is a Pali word. So Pali was the language which was prevalent at the time of Buddha. Okay, so Buddha, famously known as Siddhartha Gautam, at his time, the commonly spoken language, like today, a very commonly spoken language is English, right? So common person is using the normal English, and then there is official language, right? So we have some official languages also, right? Or the more official form of English. It's there when we are dealing in like corporate environment. English has a more formalized way in which we write that down. So Pali was the common language. It was like your mother tongue, you can say, right? So like people used to communicate in Pali, and Sanskrit was the official language at that time. So all the official work was taking place in the language of Sanskrit. Okay. So Buddha, if you read about his life, or if you read about his, presence, or his, discourses also, if you see, Buddha gave his all of his discourses in Pali language, because Pali was generally spoken by the common person. So the common person had good understanding of Pali. So in order to reach the masses, okay, so the practice that he gave, like in his time, he wanted that most of the people who are existing, they can derive the benefit of that practice. So his discourses, you know um, his practices, they are given in Pali language. If you go to the original texts, you will see this language, and that was the unofficial form, basically. So anapan is a Pali word, and ana means to inhale, and pana means exhale, right? So from the term itself, you can understand. I'll just stop sharing. So from the term itself, you can gain this understanding that anapan is talking about the inhalation and exhalation. Okay. So now this word gives you the entire technique of anapan altogether, right? So in pranayama practices, what we do, we regulate the breath in some way or the other. Okay. But in meditation, we don't go for any regulation. We go for observation of reality, right? So anapan is going to be one of the most important tools, or one of the most important objects in meditation is the breath. Okay, why? Because I don't stop breathing, no? When I sleep also, I am breathing, right? So since the day we are born till the day we die, we are going to breathe. Okay. So this is one object you carry with you no matter where you are, what time it is, right? So this, the practice of anapan can be done anywhere at any time. Okay. And it helps you to come back to your reality, right? So in anapan, we don't regulate the breath, we observe it as it is. We don't change the breathing, we don't change the pattern of the breathing. We just become aware of how the breath is going on. Okay. So sometimes, like in pranayam, or in your pranayam sessions especially, you will go for deep breathing, right? So when people sit for the practice of anapan, they start regulating their breath. Okay. You have to avoid that in the meditation sessions. It's completely opposite. Okay. When you come in contact with your breath, you understand your current state. So it is acting as an anchoring object. So, think back of a time when you were very relaxed. Okay. If you observe your breath at that point of time, the breath has a very different quality. And think of another time when you were very stressed, or you got angry at someone, right? Or you were feeling anxious. Your breath had a very different quality at that time, right? So it was maybe more shallow, right? It was moving faster, right? So my breath is directly connected to my state of mind, my state of body. If my body is in pain, my breathing will change. If my body is in relaxation, my breathing will change. Okay, so this strong interconnection of the breath with the body and the mind was observed, right? It was seen that there is a very strong interconnection. As soon as my emotion or thought changes, my breathing changes in accordance to that thought. So if I'm able to observe the breathing, right, I will be able to come to an observational state of what I'm actually feeling at that time. Okay. And if I'm able to observe it, then I step out of that thing as well, right? So suppose I'm very angry. If you give 2 minutes gap, suppose you are in a conflict with someone, you are in a room, you're fighting, you are shouting at each other like anything, and then so somebody suddenly comes and knocks, right? Creates there is a distraction in between all of this shouting, right? Somebody knocks on the door or has to ask something for 2 minutes. You will see will never reach back that level of anger. Why? Because you put a pause in between. There was some disturbance, right? And because of that, you got detached from the emotion, you got away from the emotion, and then you were able to come out of it, right? So in that same way, when you are having some kind of emotion or when you are having some kind of state of mind, once you start observing the breath, you indirectly create a distraction. You can say it's not exactly a distraction, but you can say the breath is helping you to observe the emotion, right? If somebody is angry, you just ask them to focus on their breathing, the anger will melt down. Okay, so breath is the strongest tool, all time accessible tool, which can help you to step out of any kind of state of mind and simply observe it as it is, right? Nobody stays angry forever. Okay, it's an emotion which will come and it will go, right? But when we are angry, we forget this thing. We shout and we say things like they are going to be there forever, right? And some people, they lose so much contact with their awareness that they don't even remember what they had done when they were angry, right? So when you begin to observe your breath, slowly, you start seeing that no emotion, no state of mind is going to stay with you forever, right? So rather than reacting in that, you begin to observe with the support of the breathing. All right. So anapan has a very specific location. So breathing is going in from my nose and then through my throat and entering my lungs. Okay, so very vast area where the breath is moving. So what anapan does, it reduces the area to the nostril. All right. So I am going to observe the breathing in this triangular region. So the area above my lips, right, upper lip, right, and then the nostrils, right and left nostril. Okay, so I'm going to observe the movement of the breath in this triangular region. As the breath moves in, I become aware breath is moving in, and as the breath moves out, I become aware the breath is going out. Okay, just this simple observation of the breath as it is, the pure breath as it is, this technique is called anapan meditation. All right. This technique is a pre-practice for Vipassana meditation. All right. So I don't know if you have you heard of Vipassana? Yeah, little bit.
So far, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So Anapan is the pre-practice for this meditation called Vipassana. Okay, Vipassana. Vipassana. This is actually called Vipassana. Okay. So Vipassana was the technique given by Siddhartha Gautam at his time. All right. So Anapan, this is the main technique. Vipassana is the main technique that was given by Buddha. And a pre-practice of that technique is Anapan. So Anapan is a pre-practice. It is going to prepare you for Vipassana meditation. Okay. So let's just go for a short session of the awareness, right, of the breathing in this region of the body. So you can just remove the glasses if you are wearing them, sit in any comfortable position, and you can take some time to choose your position, and then when you feel ready, you can close your eyes. Let me guide you through, just follow the instructions as I'm giving them. So sit comfortably, keep your back, neck straight, and very gently close the eyes. And for now, we're just going to become aware of the breathing overall. So we are not going to narrow down the area. We're just going to become aware of our breath as it is flowing. Slowly shift your attention to your body and see if you want to adjust your spine, relax your body a little bit more. Take a few moments to relax the mind, to adjust the body. And now gently come back to your breathing. And now focus the area of the awareness of breath. Just observe the breathing in this triangular region, the area above your lips and both your nostrils. Without making any change to the breath, simply observe as the breathing moves in, breath moves out. All you have to do is serve the pure breath. If the breathing is shallow, it is shallow. If it is long, it is long. If it is deep, it is deep. Make no changes to the way in which your breath is flowing. Watching the breath like a gatekeeper. Each and every time your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breathing. Remaining alert, aware, and attentive throughout your practice. Feeling the touch of the breath as it enters the nostrils. Feeling the touch of the breath as it moves out of the nostril. Coming back to the breath each and every time the mind runs away. Trying to stay with the breath for as long as possible. Remaining alert, aware, and attentive throughout this. Slowly and gently begin to suspend the practice and start becoming aware of the posture of the body. Very gently and slowly move the fingers, move the toes, start coming back. Taking a few moments to observe the state of your mind as we are about to close the session for today. We are going to close the session by chanting Om one time, followed by 3 Shantis. So take a deep breath in for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibrations. Join both your palms together. Now begin to rub the palms. Keep the palms on your eyes. One more time, let's rub the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. Let's spread this energy on the entire body, face, neck and shoulders, back, hands, wherever you are feeling the need, take this energy. And while looking down and blinking, begin to open up your eyes. Any difficulties, any doubts, any queries, any problems?
It's still hard for me because my mind ran away some on like after 20 seconds. But yeah, I will try again, definitely.
Yeah, we are going to have consecutive few sessions on Anapan only. So we are going to deepen the practice more and more. In the upcoming sessions, we are going to sit for a longer period of time and try to connect with the breathing. Okay. So with time, with practice, you'll get there. Okay.
I hope
So
so. Thank you very much.
yeah. All right. So enjoy the remaining of your classes. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
See you, Samia. Thank you. Bye. Namaste.
Namaste.